everyone, welcome back to Tan's Top 10 channel. I hope you guys are all doing well. If you saw my last video, you were introduced to Gizmo, our new puppy. He is still like a magnet to me. He does not want to leave my side. So he might be just sitting in on this video as well. But today's video is going to be counting down the top 10 most shocking deaths in movies for me personally. So these are films that I did not have spoiled for me. These deaths were shocking the moment I saw them in the movie. So there might be some popular movies with shocking deaths that won't be on this list because they were spoiled for me. These ones were not spoiled for me, and they were shocking at the moment. So I have a couple honorable mentions. My first honorable mention will be Bryan Cranston's character from the 2014 Godzilla movie. This was shocking because this was coming right off the end of Breaking Bad, so Bryan Cranston was huge. And they just kill him off like halfway through this movie, which is kind of weird because he was like the most compelling character. I do love this movie though, even though we lose him about halfway through. I still absolutely love this movie, but still would have liked him to live throughout the rest of the movie. Next up is Christian Bale's character in the 3:10 to Yuma remake. This is shocking because he's pretty much the main character along with Russell Crowe, and Russell Crowe is more like the villain, anti-hero. And Christian Bale is just like a good guy. And then at the end, in the final battle, he's just killed off. You're just like, what the hell? There was like no resolution. But it is an excellent movie. Well worth your time if you want to watch it. And the last one, I technically did have spoil for me, but it's still just like one of the most shocking deaths in movie history. It's KANE from Alien, the first Alien. Just the chest burster, like that's just one of the craziest things that you'll ever see on screen. So to see that for the first time ever, it's still just shocking, even though you know it's going to happen. I'm still just like, ugh. That movie came out in like 1979, so sitting in a theater, that had to be crazy to see. But those are my honorable mentions, so let's get right to the list now. So coming in at number 10 is a movie I absolutely hate, but this death was pretty shocking for how just out of nowhere it was. That's the 2018 The Predator. This is the character of TRAEGER, played by Sterling K. Brown, who is technically the villain of the movie, I guess. The villains and the heroes pretty much have to team up to go up against the Predator. And then just out of nowhere, TRAEGER, the villain, has like this laser blaster Predator gun on his shoulder. And just out of nowhere, it just turns and blows his head off. And it's just like the quickest death ever, and no one brings it up ever again in the movie. And it's just like, what? And for a second, you're almost like, who was that? Because it's like it's a dark scene. You can't really tell who's who. And then, yeah, you're just like, okay, I guess he's dead. So it's just a shitty movie anyways. So, I don't know. Coming in at number 9 is the character of Scarlet, played by Rose Byrne in 28 Weeks Later. This one's pretty shocking because Rose Byrne is one of the more recognizable faces in this movie, and she's one of the bigger main characters of the film. And towards the end, she's just murdered. She's escorting the 2 kids through like a tunnel underground in like the streets. I think it was like a subway tunnel or something. And yeah, the dad of the kids just comes up and like beats her to death, and just like, what? She's like the main character. She's supposed to make it through this, but nope. She's just killed off. So it was pretty shocking seeing that for the first time. Coming in at number 8 is The Judge from Law Abiding Citizen. This movie is batshit insane. I remember seeing this in theaters with some of my friends. We were actually supposed to go see a different movie, but that showtime got swapped. And so we ended up going to see this one. I had no idea what this movie was about. And I was like really impressed with how much I was liking it. And then, sorry, you stay down. And then out of nowhere, there's a meeting scene between Jamie Foxx and a judge, and the judge's phone rings, and she picks it up, and her head just gets like blown right off. Like, I don't know if there's an explosion or like a bullet or what, but like the phone just explodes as soon as she answers it. It's like a jump scare in this political thriller movie, and I was not expecting it at all in theaters, and like everyone in the theater jumped because it's just came out of fucking nowhere. So that was a pretty awesome death. It's pretty brutal as well. But Law Abiding Citizen, pretty fun movie except for the ending. Coming in at number 7 is the character of Carolyn Fry in Pitch Black. I remember seeing this movie as a kid, really young, and it scared the shit out of me. Pretty much have this crew of people stranded on this planet where these creatures come and kill them will attack only at night. And the character of Riddick, played by Vin Diesel, is the only one who can pretty much help them. He can see at night. He can like see in the dark, so it's pretty cool. But the character of Carolyn Fry is pretty much the leader of this group of people, and it's her and Riddick are the last two at the end of the movie, and they're like just about to start walking on this spaceship to get off this planet. And as soon as they get like right up to the ramp to walk in, she's like stabbed from behind by one of the creatures and pulled off into the air. And you're just like, the second main character of this movie just got pulled up into the air and is murdered within like the last 3 minutes of the movie. I know there's a couple other characters that make it, but it's just like shocking. Like this badass woman character is just pulled off in the air and killed. So I remember seeing that as a kid and just being shocked by it. Coming in at number 6 is one that not a lot of people might think of, but it's AKELA from the Jungle Book remake. They actually have the scene right here on the back cover. So AKELA is the leader of the wolf pack that takes in Mowgli as a child and then sends him off with Bagheera to get him out of the jungle into the man village. And Shere Khan, when he hears that news that Mowgli has left, he is not too happy. So he goes and visits the wolves, and he's just chilling with the wolves and talking to AKELA. And he's just like, yeah, you sent Mowgli away. Fuck you. Bites his back and tosses him off a cliff like, what the shit? I remember seeing this in theaters with my wife and my sister, and I don't know how those two reacted, but I was like, Jesus, this is a kid's movie, and that fucking tiger just launched that wolf off a cliff. He is definitely dead. There is no way he's surviving that. So I remember seeing that in theaters, just being like, oh, shit. I'm kind of into this movie now. Coming in at number 5 is the character of Julian in Children of Men. She is played by Julianne Moore. So you think Julianne Moore, huge actress, probably like one of the top 3 famous actors in this movie. And she's actually the ex-wife of the main character. And so she comes in pretty early in the movie. And you kind of think, okay, like big actress like Julianne Moore, she's going to be in this movie for quite a while, probably make it through at least towards the end of the movie. Nope. About halfway through, maybe not even halfway through the movie, they are ambushed in an amazing car action sequence where the entire sequence is filmed like inside the car, and they're just ambushed by all these people. And Julianne Moore's character is the one driving the vehicle, and while they're in reverse, some people just ride up on a motorcycle and boom, shoot her like right in the head. And you're just like, I guess that's the end of that character. Children of Men, a modern masterpiece. I definitely recommend checking it out, even though I just spoiled one of the biggest deaths in the movie. It is still an amazing movie. Look at that. She's second billed on the cover of the case. So yeah, it's just shocking that she's only in the movie for that short period of time because she's an amazing actress. Coming in at number 4 is Spider from Goodfellas. Now, this might not have been a shock to a lot of people, but I remember seeing Goodfellas for the first time however many years ago. And you have this really cool poker scene where, you got all the good fellas playing poker or whatever, and got the character of Spider, who's kind of like a young member of the group. He's kind of wants to work his way up, kind of like how young Tommy and Henry are in the beginning of the movie. And he's getting drinks for the guys, and then he starts giving Tommy, Joe Pesci's character, a hard time, and they're kind of going back and forth. And Spider pretty much tells Tommy to go fuck himself. And, all the guys are like giving Tommy, like, oh, you gonna take that? You gonna take that? And fucking Tommy it's like just a build up to this. Tommy just pulls a fucking gun out and just blasts Spider away. And you're just like, they were just all having a good time and everything, but Tommy's a freaking psychopath. So obviously, you should have seen this coming, that he was going to shoot Spider and pretty much kill him right there. And actually, in the previous scene, I forgot to mention, he shoots Spider right in the foot for getting his drink. So Shouldn't have came as a surprise, but it was still pretty startling when I first saw it. I was like, damn, like, Joe Pesci, you are a psychopath, but fucking an amazing scene. All right, coming in at number 3 is one that a lot of people would recognize. It is Samuel L. Jackson's character from Deep Blue Sea. I remember watching this on the Sci-Fi Channel with my brother when I was younger, and we had no idea what the hell this movie was about. We started watching it late at night, and we knew who Sam Jackson was. This is going to sound pretty embarrassing, but we probably recognized him from the second Triple X movie the most because my brother and I loved the first 2 Triple X movies, and he was in the first one too. All right, so that's where we knew him from. The Triple X movies. So Sam Jackson, he was a recognizable face for us. And he's just in the middle of this amazing speech. You guys probably know the scene I'm talking about. But he says, like, incredible scene where he's, like, building the group up and how they have to stick together and they're going to fucking defeat the sharks. And then, boom, fucking shark just comes out of nowhere in the middle of this epic speech with Samuel L. motherfucking Jackson and just drags him underwater. And you're like, Jesus, this fucking movie's crazy. And the rest of the movie's pretty damn bonkers too. It's a hell of a movie. If you have not seen Deep Blue Sea, I would recommend it. It's not a great movie, but goddamn is it entertaining. And Samuel L. Jackson, just one of the, what the fuck? You just murdered Sam Jackson. That's a sin, but it's an amazing scene. So my top 2 were pretty difficult to decide which one should be number 1, which one should be number 2. But I think I'm pretty happy with how the list ended up. So coming in at number 2 is going to be Llewellyn Moss, Josh Brolin's character, in No Country for Old Men. Now I remember seeing this movie for the first time. I rented it from the library, and I was really enjoying this movie a lot because you got this back and forth, or not back and forth, this cat and mouse game between Josh Brolin and Javier Bardem's character, where Josh Brolin finds a lot of money from a drug deal gone wrong. Javier Bardem is brought in to track him down, kill him, and get the money back. And towards the end of the movie, Josh Brolin is hiding out at this motel, and you still have like about half hour, 20 minutes left of the movie, so you don't really feel, you're getting towards the end, but you don't feel like the movie's at like that final moments. And just out of nowhere, like Josh Brolin's hanging out at this motel, and the scene cuts. And then you cut back to Tommy Lee Jones in his police car driving up to the hotel, and it's like the aftermath of a shootout. And you're like, okay, what the heck? Okay, what's this? And he just walks through like the hotel and everything, and you just see Josh Brolin's character lying dead on the floor, and you're like, wait. And at first you kind of like, wait, was that him? Because it like kind of goes past him pretty fast. You don't really get a great look at him, and you're just like, oh shit, the character we've been following for most of this movie is dead. He was murdered off screen, and that's his body? Wait, what? And I remember seeing this for the first time, and I was actually kind of pissed off. I kind of felt like, why didn't we get to see the main character die? Like, and it's kind of weird because it's not even Anton Chigurh that kills him. It's the Mexican cartel. So you're like, this just came out of nowhere, but upon multiple rewatches, I actually think it's like perfect. I think it's a perfect conclusion. Like I said in previous videos, I don't have a single flaw with this movie, but it is just a shocking death to have your main character pretty much killed off with like half hour left of the movie. So yeah, No Country for Old Men. If you haven't seen it, sorry for spoiling it. But coming in at number 1 is one that a lot of people would probably have in their top 10s, and that is Billy Costigan, Leonardo DiCaprio's character in The Departed. So pretty much same with No Country for Old Men. This is kind of like a cat and mouse movie where you got Leo, who's pretty much your good guy, going up against Matt Damon, who's kind of like your villain of the movie. They're both trying to weasel each other out. Leo's a cop infiltrating the mob. Damon is a mafia guy infiltrating the police department that pretty much figure out who each other is. And it's an awesome movie. You guys have heard me talk about The Departed plenty of times. But you got an awesome ending here where you got Leonardo DiCaprio and Matt Damon meet up on this rooftop, and Leo arrests Matt Damon, and you're like, fuck yes, he got him. He's got the villain, got him handcuffed, taking him down the elevator. And it's this awesome scene in an elevator where Leo is pretty much telling Matt Damon, I got you, motherfucker. You're going down. Let's go. And as soon as the elevator door opens, bam! Leo's head just like explodes. And you're just like, holy shit, what the fuck? That's the main character. And you just like, it's like instant. As soon as that elevator door opens, poof, his head just flies back. And even Matt Damon's character like shits himself. He's so shocked. But I remember seeing this when I was younger, and it's just incredible. Pretty much what happens there is like the main character just died. Same with No Country for Old Men. You're just like, the main character is dead, and there's still like 15 minutes left of this movie. What the hell is going to happen now? And where they go from there is pretty awesome as well. But it's just so shocking that you're just like, you feel good because, you know, your hero has got the villain apprehended, and you're like, yes, he's going to win. And then just like that, he's taken out. And it's just like so goddamn close. He almost got it. But that is still, without a doubt, the most shocking death I've ever seen in a movie because, whew, I was blown away by that. Well, everyone, that is my list for the top 10 most shocking deaths in movies. For me personally, please share down below what your list would be. Remember, these are movies that I did not have spoiled for me, so these were deaths that I did not see coming. So share down below some movies, some movie characters' deaths that you did not see coming, or just some of the most shocking ones for you. And please also remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you have not. Also, please check out my TikTok account, Tan's Top 10. If you just look it up, it should pop up right away. Please be sure to follow that. I'll try to have some more videos on that as well. Those are just more smaller videos, like some Blu-rays that I just picked up or something, or little quick reviews of stuff, like the Halo show that I've been watching. And it is also starting to get that time of the year where I will be doing my annual Blu-ray collection video. I plan to have that out sometime within the next month. I would say early June. I'm going to try to aim for. That is going to be an enormous video. The last one last year was enormous, and this one is going to be even bigger. I have collected a lot of Blu-rays over the past year, so please be sure to check or watch out for that. I will also try to have some other videos in before that. Just sorry, been pretty busy with life, so try to make videos when I can, when I have free time. But I appreciate you guys watching, and see you next time.